So Mr. Wilson has a 7:00 open on Tuesday the 11th. I also have a 3 p.m. on the 18th. Does that work for you, sweetie? Okay, that's fine. And can I just have a last name and a phone number for confirmation? Okay, that's fantastic. We'll text you a confirmation the day before. Please wash your vagina and make sure you shower an hour before coming. Thank you. Thank you for choosing Miles Wilson's whore experience.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
What's up, everybody? This is episode 67 of the Saratobi Sports Pod. It is me. It is I, Dio. Just kidding. It's me, JT. The lovable, as always, Justin Transition, Justin Thought, Justin his damn phone. And to my right,
Justin Traffic.
Justin Traffic today. Man, it's crazy out here in Long Island, man. I don't know how y'all do it. But, yeah, anyway, to my right, standing at a scintillating 6'1", out of Temple. He drives a white car with a Bulma sticker on it. Did I get that right? Yeah, I did. It is John Dijon Mustard. I'm not even going to do your last name.
No, go ahead. You was going to find a way to fuck it up. Mutu.
Cena.
There we go.
It's like, yo, remember the Key and Peele sketch when they was doing the fucking thing? He was like, and then he was like, he do it one time. 3 pump shit? Yeah.
Basically. And to the right, standing at a sizzling 5'10".
No, you gave me a couple inches before.
Oh, you know all about giving inches, huh?
My son took away an inch this week.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
Hey-o.
man, what did I do?
Heyo. But, yeah, 5'9". That's what we're going to be talking about.
Say it again. Say it again. You'll get one more. One more taken away.
Exactly. Say I won't.
That's a fact.
The man who walks with a cane, not because he has to, but because he needs to.
You know, Christmas is almost coming up.
Christmas is almost coming. You can't spell claws without a K. The resident Kappa, Miles Wilson. Hey, Miles.
What up? What up? What up?
Santa Claus.
And to my left, from beyond the beyond, there is no need to introduce him on camera because he's not here. He's never going to see him anyway.
Never again.
Never again. Never on the screen, but always in our hearts.
You had your chance.
Sound man extraordinaire, Matt.
Hello.
The Gaba Ghoul.
Exactly.
Gabagool.
Love to see it.
Oh, boy, we have a great show for you guys here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got Meg Thee Stallion coming on. Will Arnett will be here to push his new book, All About Me and the Life That Was.
Yo, you give a lot of free promo right now. I'm gonna need some checks from all of these people, from Arnett, from Meg, from all of them.
And musical guest, BTS. That's a thing, right? That's a thing, right? Yeah. Matt, what does BTS stand for? Is that just the name? Just BTS?
Big titties.
Wow.
Soundman.
Soundman, yeah.
I was not even excited. I thought he was going to give me a serious one. But it is what it is.
That is serious.
Oh, boy, this has been a fun intro. But seriously, let's get down to the business. A lot has happened in the past week in regards to one association. And by association, I mean that one of basketball. One on a national level.
Player Haters Association?
If you will. You're just gonna ruin my whole thing.
Welcome to my fucking life, JT.
Sounded real personal.
Hate.
Well, if y'all excuse me, I gotta go put some water in JT's mama's dish.
And as I sip from my water bottle, which I'm pretty sure John spit in. Oh, man. But, yeah, no. The NBA, I think now we can really say it's back. We've had the draft.
Yes.
Free agency has been crazy the past, 72, 96 hours,
Even
The past week, in general, yeah.
Since we've been off the air, basically.
Literally everything happened.
But let's get into the draft real quick before we touch into free agency. I think we can all agree it went as we expected. Chalk, if you will. The people that went, or you expected to go, went to the places you went.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the top three, it was basically interchangeable at that point.
Shout out James Wiseman, man.
Obi Toppin
One-
dropping
one-
to the Knicks, though. That was something that we said we hoped would happen, but didn't really expect it to. And Tyrese Halliburton, even though I didn't know that much.
Halliburton dropping was, I think, the biggest surprise.
And the Kings picking him up.
I mean, it's interesting. I really do like the Obi Toppin pick. Is what I call it on the pod. And I think the jokes were like, oh, the Knicks have power forwards again, but as you've seen, they've cut some weight.
Structured the roster. That's literally why, like, when they made all of these signings, Taj Gibson, Bobby Portis, all these niggas, minus Julius Randle, I don't know what the fuck we about to do.
It was
with
all
him.
one and 2 years.
It was 2 years, one with the player option or team option.
Team option,
Yep.
because we didn't know what we was gonna do. And at the time, like, I feel like us drafting Obi Toppin, that was the safest. That was a safe bet. I think Obi's gonna be a great player. Get a lot of stat comparisons. So we gonna see. I mean, I like that.
I like him wanting to be in New York, and him like two, like he's like, I can dead ass win Rookie of the Year. Like that's the
He
type
grew
of
up a Knicks
energy.
fan too, right?
Yeah.
And then even like later in the draft, us fucking with quickly, he can fucking shoot, and Lord knows that Knicks need 3-point shooters.
Oh, y'all niggas love your Kentucky boys.
Man.
My gosh.
I was about to say it's like Kentucky North over there right now. But I mean, our assistant coach, I mean, he was there in Kentucky for a very long time. So I mean, I think it's gonna help a lot with the player development. Hopefully, Kevin Knox turns out to be something. We don't know what the fuck he's gonna turn into.
I honestly still think it's too early to write him off.
Yeah.
The way people have just been like giving him shit, but it's like
What
he
about
wasn't
Frank?
getting Let's not talk about that.
It's too early to write him off completely, but I think for where he was drafted,
Yeah, I still don't see him being a
13th, right?
star, but
Something like that. It was lottery.
Why do I feel like he was either 8th or 13th?
It was lottery. No, he wasn't 13 because that was
I feel like he was 11th.
that was the Michael Porter draft.
That was the Michael Porter
That
draft.
was
think
the
he
Michael
was
Porter draft.
11th.
Yeah, I remember it was. I can go back and look, but regardless of whatever Kevin Knox is, I'm happy that we got these Kentucky dudes. We got a Kentucky dude that's on our coaching staff, so I think that'll help with the development of these dudes. We ain't get a point guard, which I feel like to some Knicks fans is concerning. But at the end of the day, like we wasn't unless we got LaMelo. Like, we weren't really going to get what we wanted in this draft. And
Alfred Payton's a solid guard.
I mean, he's a solid...
I've been Alfred Payton high from the
Since
jump.
he was on the Magic.
This man had 5 straight triple-doubles on the Pelicans the year before he came to the Knicks. And why he was buried on the bench, I still will never understand.
No, he's a good guard in this league. He's never going to be a knockdown shooter, but he's done enough to be like, you can't just leave him open all the time anymore.
Yeah.
And he fits, especially when you get someone like Obi, who's going to be a really offensive, like a scoring forward.
Yep.
He's the type of point guard you want to have. He plays defense, he can get to the rim, and he's a playmaker.
He's like a lesser version to me of what having DJ Augustine on your team would be like.
No, to me, he's like a black Ricky Rubio. Without the flash. He just gets it done. Their game styles, they literally slash, pass, and play defense.
Hey, man. Well, regardless... I think Peyton he's good. I don't think he's a franchise player, which I also think that's obvious. And the Knicks, they're still gonna lose a lot of games this year. That's like the bigger picture involved. Like we wasn't gonna get that franchise changing piece. And I'm happy that we didn't overpay for Gordon Hayward. We didn't overpay for Fred VanVleet. And you know what? We're gonna do this thing the right way, develop our young talent, and hopefully we see what happens. I mean, we got the coach. Hopefully we got the front office, and yeah.
Do we even care about your team's draft, really? Or
I did I not call the draft pick though at 19? Sadiq
Precious?
Bey.
I thought we were gonna get him.
I called it Sadiq Bey.
When he
I was
was
worried that
when
we
he was
weren't going to get him.
sliding.
He was going to slide to you
when
guys.
he was sliding, I thought we were gonna draft him. We ended up drafting Green. Either way, like I'm happy with the way our draft went. And the moves that we made that night in general. I think that we us losing a little bit of shooting isn't gonna kill us because we didn't you know what I mean. Like I'm not worried about that. We had the most efficient offense in history, but it's our defense that needed to get up to win games. I'm not worried about us not scoring. That's never going to be an issue for us. That's an issue for Rick Carlisle teams. Isn't really going to be scoring. But I mean, we got longer in the past week. I guess now we kind of move into some free agency talk as well, because I do want to combine some of the stuff about like those early lottery pick teams.
I will say though, we basically drafted Landry Shamet with the 19th pick because we
Yeah.
traded
Yeah.
Sadiq in a 3-team trade. Sadiq to the Pistons, and then the Pistons sent Luke Kennard, which I don't understand. To
The Clippers.
The
and then
Clippers.
sent Shemet to y'all.
yep,
okay.
which I love. I love it because now we have another knockdown shooter who can come off the bench.
Y'all got a shooter.
We got shooters now,
Yeah, you got shooters.
and he's brown. I think I don't know
He's
what
Middle
Landry
Eastern.
Shamet. He's Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shamit. So I'm pretty sure it's a Middle Eastern name.
Is it okay?
But
O'Shaughnessy is not black, but I know I've seen a black O'Shaughnessy. So
I've never seen them.
I've never
sorry,
seen-
O'Shag Hennessy.
Yeah. But
Oh, well, now we about to go again somewhere.
Also, Thunder winners of the draft because they just
got all the picks.
Yo,
Yeah.
Sam Presti is who I think people have made Danny Ainge to be.
Yes.
or Presti is
This is what Danny Ainge thinks he is.
Yeah, because Danny Ainge has been living off the coat. I think that Danny Ainge has been living off the coattails of that Nets trade, and then just getting a pick from like, I think Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't do anything with those draft picks. He doesn't parlay them into.
He has
getting
all the
his
assets
needs.
and doesn't use them.
Doesn't use them.
Yeah.
How many first round draft picks they have?
16 in the next 4 years.
That's
Ridiculous.
Like you don't even have 16 roster spots. like that's actually like really crazy.
And that's,
when you think about
that's
it.
the beauty of it, because now you can just parlay all those first round and second round
Mm-hmm.
picks into trades to get actual assets.
Wow, a franchise.
And they already have assets. So it's like,
Yep.
Bro, building around that team around Shea Gillis.
yeah, man.
It's gonna be-
No,
it's
it's
gonna be
legit.
good.
I do feel like no Chris Paul is gonna have an impact on like how he plays, but I think
But now they can have an actual like rebuild.
yeah, that's a fact. They got rid of a bad contract, flipped Chris Paul for some shit. Yeah, man.
So wow, they got rid. They both. Remember how we were talking about like their 3-guard structure all season? 2/3 of that structure is gone now.
Yep.
Yep, it's crazy.
The NBA.
A couple like going from the draft. The Timberwolves, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, and I feel like they're just continuously showing how much of a trash franchise they are. Because the draft just confused the fuck. I think they drafted like 3 or 4 guards. They just drafted mad positions that they didn't need, and then you pay Malik Beasley as a starter,
Yeah.
and you still have D'Angelo on the
They
roster.
gave him some money too.
Yeah,
it was like
so you
$60
drafted
million.
a 2 guard with the number 1 pick. You paid another guard, like a starter, and you still have D'Angelo Russell on the team. And then I think they drafted more guards. Like they drafted at least one other guard. And I'm just like, I don't know what the Timberwolves are doing. They're still going to be ass. They're not built to compete. It's not going to happen.
They're stuck in a limbo, and I think that their
It's
front
self-inflicted,
office.
though.
Yeah, it's a self-inflicted
Yeah.
limbo that their front office is doing because all right, you have
Their front office is cheeks.
what do you call it? D'Angelo Russell? That's your point guard. You have your center, that Karl Anthony Towns.
You drafted Anthony Edwards.
Drafted Anthony Edwards. Like what are we doing here?
Are they going to play? Like that's what I'm saying. Are they going to play Edwards at the 3, have D'Lo play at the 2, and Malik Beasley play at the 1? Because they're not about to pay Malik Beasley all that money to come off the bench. And Malik Beasley is a good guard. I didn't think they were going to pay him, but shit, if I'm him, I'm taking the money too.
I'll take 60 mil for a year.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good player, but like I don't understand what they're doing, and it's kind of the same thing with the Kings, where after the whole thing with Bogdanovich, so now they lose out on Bogdanovich, get no one to flip it, like to actually trade with him.
that was just
and
bad.
then you draft Tyrese Halliburton because we don't know what's going to happen. I think they had a front office change recently. Am I bugging?
They had a whole like
Yeah, so they were like,
overhaul.
so De'Aaron wasn't technically that point guard for the front office, and they didn't know what he wanted to do either because we don't know what's happening. Buddy Hield clearly doesn't want to be there. He's still under contract. And then you draft the point guard that a lot of people had going top 10.
Well, you know that De'Aaron's going to be there for the long haul because he
That's
just
what
signed.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They
he just
drafted
signed
the
that
point guard
Supermax.
that people had going top 10, and then you signed De'Aaron to a max. Like what? There's no direction.
Well, maybe
in my
they-
opinion,
this
either
is the same team that fucking hired what's his face?
Luke Walton.
Luke Walton.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like, but then they,
but this is
they
a
got a new
dealership
front
group
office
that-
after signing Luke Walton.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. To me, it seems like them and the Timberwolves just have no direction in what they're doing with their franchise, and it's different from just asset stacking because the Timberwolves are just paying all the assets. They're paying everybody. Like it's them, and then it's like the Pistons paying every big man except fucking Christian Wood.
I honestly cannot understand how you let Christian Wood walk, but you're going to bring in Mason Plumlee, You're gonna bring in Jaleel Okafor. Like,
There's another one.
someone else.
There's another big.
Like, I just don't understand it. Miles, do we have the
I got the
free agent
I got the free agent joint up.
thing for the Pistons? 'Cause I know it's Mason, Jaleel. You still have Blake on this.
Sign Jeremy Grant. I mean, that's not bad. I feel like he was killing on the thing.
It's not a bad signing.
But that's another forward.
Yeah, another forward, basically. Langston Galloway. Oh man,
He's a free agent right now.
now he signed to the Suns. Apparently, he signed. It's a deal that came.
Yeah, that's recent then.
Yeah. Damn, it's a lot of stuff that's happened and transpired.
I don't know what
Heat
that.
and Bam are nearing max deal.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's nice. I mean,
he
that's,
deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Jackson to the Pistons.
Yeah, like all these forwards, and they traded away their guard Tony Brown to the Nets, which I like that move too for the Nets to get some perimeter defense out there.
Yeah.
But
I'll need some of that.
But there's some teams where you came out of the draft and come out of free agency like, what are we doing here? It's almost like a rudderless ship. And there's some teams that come out of the draft and free agency that there's some hope and some promise there. I think the Hawks have had a really good draft and free agency so far.
In the beginning, I was a little skeptical. I was like, what really are they doing? And then they really pieced it together very nicely.
They did. I want to know. I'll be interested to see what happens with John Collins though, because I've been hearing his name in trade talks and things
since
like that.
last year. Yeah, trading him for another like a bigger piece.
Yeah, and I like John Collins.
I would like
game.
one John Collins.
Yeah,
like
man.
John Collins is nice.
Yeah.
Like that's an easy 18 and like 12 for you a night. I think he pairs well with Trey.
Yeah, I don't know why they would want to get rid of him. The only reason I see them getting rid of him now is because they made that dumb trade for Capella.
That's which still makes no sense to me too. But he's a guy. He's athletic enough that you can run him in the pick and roll. You can throw lobs to him.
He's
or he
been
can also step
increasing
out.
his shooting.
Exactly. Yeah. He takes some threes. He'll keep you honest.
Getting Gallo for them was a big piece. Like that's
Some wing scoring there too.
They got Bogdan as well, right? That's who.
That's why he signed his offer sheet
signs
too.
offer sheet to him.
And then you still have Cam Reddish there, which I really like.
All the draft picks from last year. Kevin Huerter's still a nice. You have him come off the bench and just shoot.
Kevin Huerter, the goat,
Yeah,
the goat shooter. I was calling Kevin Huerter from like mad long. Everybody was like, "Yo, who's Kevin Huerter?" I'm like, "Yo, watch out for this boy."
They're trying to make sure they keep Trae Young around. I think that's the whole reason that why they trying to get everybody to, like around him.
And the East is like it's not wide open, but it's still open. Like they're in that good place where it's not like they had an accelerated rebuild with all the draft picks they had last 2 years ago, in the past 2 years, and it just caused them to like Trae Young coming out the way he did, John Collins being the way he did. It's like, all right, so now we can actually be competitive in the East. So they went from being such a bottom of the barrel team to being like a real life competitive team.
They'll be I think they could be a playoff contender, but not.
Yeah, I don't see them
still
as
a ways away from being a
real
title
contender. Yeah, exactly. But they're still being, and that's what it is. When you have a young team like that, you need to get those playoff minutes. Just like what I feel like the Mavs was last year, where it was like we're probably not going to win, but let's get our young guys some playoff experience. So it's things like that, and then you build that going forward. Like how long OKC was a mainstay in the playoffs when they had that core, right? And it's like you're just building from there to get to that level. Like when they made the finals that year, I still think it was like, damn, they have a good ass team, but I feel like it still felt a little bit early.
You know, it's weird because
when they made it, I was like, shit, you don't want them to make it now because you know they're about to get spanked by the Heat. Like
then you get into a weird limbo that the Thunder have been in the past since they've been in OKC, they've made the playoffs every year but one, I think.
Yeah. It also depends how you manage this team, though. And, it's not Russell Westbrook and Trae Young completely different play styles, and you build the team completely differently based on them. Speaking of that, that dude we drafted in the second round, Terrell Terry, they were like, his game style is very like Trae Young-esque, and he
be shooting things.
Yeah, the only reason he ended up going, he was projected as a first round pick and a lot of people's stuff, and they actually had him as a higher prospect than Green, who we drafted with 18, and they were like he wasn't gonna go to the draft until the pandemic, and then basically just like got mad brolic, and then they were like, wow, he's an NBA frame now. So that like the only reason I wanted to tie that back in is I feel like for Mavs Twitter there's been a lot of upheaval just because again no big names in free agency. But we still made good moves. Like I feel like our team is still in a better place than it was last year.
I'm gonna say the trade with the Seth Curry trade.
That was a really good trade.
Josh Richardson's gonna be nice for you guys. I think
that's a goodie.
He won't be expected to score like he probably was in Philly because you weren't getting offense from Horford. You know, Simmons, you already know what a black hole that is outside of him. You know,
Being in
his bucket.
transition.
Yeah, exactly. And if JoJo's not, on his game that night, where else are you getting it from the starting
Or if
lineup?
he's playing.
Well, JoJo's still going to give you. He's still going to give you 25.
Or if he's playing because he gets hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I mean that, and his wing defense is going to be really good for you guys.
And we got our enforcer now, which was the salary dump trade. I was a little bit confused at it, but like I get it. It's cool. Having James Johnson. It's just
man.
cool.
Get some bruisers out there, man.
Yeah,
you
he's a cool
need
guy to
some
have.
of those on the
Oh,
on
absolutely.
your team.
That's a fact.
Bruiser, he can defend another. Like he has some playmaking abilities. He's athletic. Another forward is just nice.
So what was that? They gave him they signed him to the 16 and they traded.
No, we
which one?
traded. It was a 3-team trade, and we got rid of DeLon Wright and Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson was pissing me the fuck off. So thank God he's out of here.
Mavs got rid of a few shooters though. I mean, you mentioned it kind of earlier, but like, damn, it's kind of crazy.
Who's a few?
What?
What? Because
So just Seth.
Seth, and I'm missing one. Treyberg?
No, we signed Trey.
Oh, you resigned? Oh shit. Okay, all right. So then so it's really just Seth now.
So you're basically just trading shooting for defense, which
is,
I mean you don't need.
You use it when you got the. Like,
It's a luxury
Honestly,
to have
it's
the
almost
shooting,
like
but-
the Moneyball approach in the sense that we traded one really good shooter, for a couple decent shooters who play defense.
who play defense, and that's
And I'm okay with
You
that.
got an efficient ass offense centered around fucking Luka and Porzingis. I mean,
Plus, like it's if you get traded to the Mavs, your shooting percentage is going up. Like you're
gonna find yourself open. But I mean, when you have an offense,
gonna find yourself open. They're gonna help you learn how to shoot. Look, i.e. Rondo.
like you got to line up with Luka, Hardaway, and Porzingis when he comes back. There's your offense right there. You don't need anybody else to really score from that unit. So you just go out there, play good defense, get some buckets in transition, or find yourself open in the corner. I mean, you're set.
Your favorite prop person, Dorian Finney-Smith, coming back. And
Dorian Finney-Smith, the props. Let's go.
Hey,
Over
increasing-
1.5 threes, baby.
increasing his
Crazy.
three-point percentage like consistently and still being a solid defender. So
those threes are going to be wide
Yo,
open for Dorian.
even without the big names, like we still. My bad.
What?
It's mad sensitive. It's mad sensitive.
Why
I was
are
just
you-
fixing the paper.
it is very sensitive.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, I fuck with this oak tech thing like basically all the time when we're recording.
Nah, I be peeping.
Yeah, and I accidentally
I be
touched
tuning
it.
I be tuning
But yeah, it's another thing where it's like, all right, we don't have any big names, but we're also trying to set up enough to have free. Like next year's a bigger free agency class anyway.
Indeed.
So trying to have some cap space for that.
That's why I'm surprised when people are like kind of like going crazy about this offseason. Like, oh, like how I think this is sorry, let me rephrase that. I think this has been a very like who's who of GMs and who's really making their mark. You see Pelinka and Jay Will made. Actually, no. I was listening to Alan Hahn earlier, and he made the joke that it's really not Pelinka. It was the what do you call it? What's the agency that represents like basically half the
Clutch Sports.
No, Clutch.
Yeah, it was the Clutch Sports free agency.
Oh yeah.
Because the pieces they brought in, fantastic. Like the Lakers got an A+ this off like
Yeah.
this free agency. I would say that.
Signed Marc Gasol yesterday.
Yep. I'd say the Bucks got an A. I'd say an A in free agency.
If they got Bogdan, it would have been A.
Yes, it would have been an A+. Swapping Brogdon for what do you call it? Drew Holiday. Sorry, not Drew. Sorry,
Bledsoe.
for Drew Holiday.
George Hill.
Great.
And they kept White
Great.
Dante. Losing, even though they didn't get Bogdan, they still kept White Dante,
Which is
a good piece.
Yay, White
You know,
Dante.
we stand white Dante, right? Yeah, I think that's a fact.
I mean, so yeah, they're making the push, and I assume they only make these moves if they have the, I guess, quote unquote under the table guarantee that Giannis is gonna sign the Supermax.
Yeah.
That's something that I've been seeing a lot in teams like who think they have a chance at Giannis, where they were like, okay, well, be a little bit conservative this offseason, hoping that we can set up a big, cap number for next year when, if he hits free agency.
Nobody's coming to the Garden.
Yeah, but
Nah, he's not coming.
they're
in.
also in a good position where if he signs the extension, you have very tradable assets. A lot of people on like expiring contracts and things like that, where you go, okay, if Giannis is out, then I can try and make a trade for someone who I feel more confident in re-signing or something.
Well, that's
like
what I'm interested with the Drew Holiday because I remember when I was on the pod with
the Pelicans people.
the Pelicans pod, the in the know.
The Pelicans people. Pop.
Yep, Mason Ginsberg.
Triple P.
Yep.
No disrespect though. Respect.
But we were talking about how Drew Holiday's contract he has this year and he has next year, and he's a free agent after that. So any team that's bringing him on now has to worry like about him arguably, wanting money at the end of his contract because he's not old.
He's 27.
Exactly. Like
He's 27.
it feels like he's been in for
like he's
mad
been in the
long.
league forever.
Yeah, but he's not that old.
Wow.
So he's still technically in his prime.
So he can still get over. Yeah, he's literally
He
just
has
hitting
2 contracts left.
Yeah, basically.
Yep. So
2 big contracts.
Yeah.
I'd say one big and maybe one small.
One big and then the
If
other.
you're a good
I'd say like a
guard, you
4.
can get another contract at
By the time
32.
it's finished, it'll be 29. And then I say maybe a 4-year deal.
3-4 years.
So you're like 33, 34.
This is a big contract zone right now.
Then you get another 2 year to end your career.
Health permitting. Oh yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to take the.
He got
fucking,
6. He got 6 years of contract after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, Bucks are win now.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
okay.
the thing.
Yeah.
But they have to, and that's the case with. There's a few teams that are win now. The Bucks, the Nets, Celtics. As much as we want to make fun of them, they are set for a while because they just signed. What do you
Tatum
call
to
it?
the
Tatum to the
Supermax.
Supermax extension. They
Tristan Thompson that filled the gap that I've been saying they needed.
it
that was
filled
like,
the gap, but I don't think it was the gap filler that like
TT.
I think
it is it's a very
I think
good
it's a
pick.
I think it's a good asset. I mean,
I think that's exactly what they needed.
They needed fucking bigs. They had fucking what the fuck
Yeah,
is his name?
Cantor
Yeah,
and
Tice.
Tice.
Daniel
Tice
Tice.
playing the 5.
Tice.
Tice is
He's
he's
chips.
mad small, bro.
Tice's
Tice's
chips.
Cantor's chips at times
Cantor
too.
is chips, but not
Defensively, Cancer is chips all the time.
Yeah, yeah, but
He is.
yeah, TT was good for them.
It's a good-
I'll argue that the Heater win now.
Yeah.
The Heater is another.
No, I think the Heat are primed
No.
for a
You think
while.
you think so?
Yeah.
Because Jimmy's not that old.
He's not old.
Bam is young.
Okay.
Tyler Harrow, Duncan Rob, like their core is young.
How many? But then you got Dragic. Dragic just resigned for 2 years.
But you can always replace- you can always
get a
replace
veteran
Dragic.
guard. You can always get a veteran guard. Always, especially when you have such a core like that that's set up to compete
In
every
2
year.
years?
I think they're
somebody.
I think they have another 3-year window. I think that's so. I guess maybe not necessarily win now, but I think 3 years.
I think I don't think they're win now, but I think they need to produce is the Sixers. And I think Daryl Morey is out here showing that he still has some NBA chops in the moves that they made. I think Seth Curry was huge.
Yeah.
I feel like they just signed someone else too. Getting rid of Al Horford, huge.
Thank God.
Man,
What is
oh,
that?
man.
Suns?
I don't
I actually
remember.
I can actually.
No, he's on the Thunder.
Thunder.
That's what
Thunder.
they- that's what they
Thunder.
traded us
Yeah.
with,
yeah.
Thunder.
But like, I think that's another team where it's like, okay, we need to compete now, and we need to actually have some results. Like, that's a big part of it there, and I
Boy,
think
oh
they're
boy.
making moves.
The argument I had for like an hour straight this past weekend
Let's hear it.
with my brother and my dad, all stemming from you know who, John.
Doc Rivers,
Doc Rivers.
whack ass Doc Rivers.
Bro.
Okay.
Niggas-
y'all love
niggas-
it. Y'all talk about Doc a lot in y'all house, bro.
Bro, like my brother has so much allegiance to Doc because he got the Celtics a championship. My dad has the allegiance because older black male. And all I'm trying to tell him is like, Doc is not a terrible head coach.
Yeah, he is.
Doc-
No, he's not terrible. He's mid.
That's
as
what I'm
fuck.
saying. He's not terrible. He's mid.
Kirk
That doesn't
Cousins to
mean
the shit.
he's terrible. He's a good regular season head coach. He falters in the playoffs. I bring them statistics. Every single time I bring them statistics, and somehow the statistics just fly over their head. I don't understand. I don't know how else I could frame my argument. You can't take have a team in the playoffs for 6 years, and you don't get past the second round. I'm sorry, that just doesn't happen. You can't blow a 3-1 lead 3 times in your career
And not be
and
considered-
not face consequences.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rivers, y'all got Austin
but being in a
Rivers.
championship will get you a job, though. I mean, winning a championship will get you a job.
But how? Like, I mean, we've said
Oh, wow, he
championships.
really does get to coach his son.
No,
No, he
you
doesn't.
got Austin Rivers.
He's placing.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
he's playing.
He gets
he's
to
playing
coach-
against.
He gets to coach his son-in-law.
Son-in-law. Well, his son. Yeah, we got. I forgot. Yeah, we did get. Fucking Austin Rivers. How wonderful.
3 years, baby.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, it's the player. I think it was a player option at the end. So
You know, movable.
it is. Locker room guy, veteran.
No. Austin Rivers locker
Hey,
room
I'm
guy.
I'm trying to help out. I'm trying to help out. Oh boy, sideline distraction to James Harden.
Austin and there was one more. I'm blanking.
Yeah,
I
there
said
was one more.
the move I did like with the Knicks. That I think it was the best move I've seen the Knicks do in forever. Flipping at Davis.
Yeah,
I
man.
was very
the,
confused.
That was the best
for
move
3
I've ever
second-round
seen.
Picks.
That
Hey,
was.
man.
I was like, yo,
Dude.
this is some smart thing.
I was
Shout
very
out
confused.
to
I was like
Worldwide
Ed
West.
Davis.
Because they traded the Jazz, right? And basically what they did was they took on Ed Davis's contract, and the Jazz sent over a pick. So you're basically just paying for a draft, $5 million for a draft pick. Then you flip Ed Davis for more draft picks. So you come out on top, 3 draft picks, and you only
Shelling out $5 million.
$5 million against the
That's
cap.
a Ravens move.
There it is, man.
Look
Listen,
at that.
Yeah.
Who's running? What you doing over there, Worldwide West?
Hey man,
what
listen.
you doing over there?
You know, we should have a little something. Hey man.
Him and Leon out here, man.
Hey man, not low key. The niggas been making some low key moves. I think we just gearing up for either next.
Has to be next.
Yeah,
I feel like there's not a lot of white dudes named Leon, but like
No,
I
apparently there's a
trust-
lot of Jewish.
I
people
would
named
trust a
Leon.
white dude named Leon to run a basketball team.
yeah. Leon's a wavy name. I mean, you know, I
Leon's
worked
like
with
a
Leon
kinda
for some
swaggy name.
years. You know.
Leon is a swaggy name.
You did?
Yeah, I've worked with Leon for some years. You know, and you know, it's been interesting.
Work with some Moo Leons. Be it, working with some right now.
It's about to be Miles' new AKA, the Moo Leon.
Gabagool. Wow,
Oh, boy.
our Italian is really, our Sicilian is really like kicking in lovely.
Oh god,
Oh boy! Oh boy! All right.
our racism.
Yeah.
The racism, yes. Well, let's keep going around the league.
Lakers.
Well, we already covered Lakers. I mean, Dennis.
we talked about
we
the
touched
Lakers.
on it, so
We
we'll
didn't
go
really
in.
talk about
Yeah,
like
Lakers are
what
still
did-
the team
did
to
the
beat.
toe?
Man.
All right, so
Lakers
we'll
are still the
we'll
team to
jump in.
beat.
Well, I mean, honestly,
Lakers
now
won the
them getting
offseason.
Trez, yo, they hate Montrez right now, the Clippers, but they should have let him walk. Obviously, I mean,
No, he said it. He was like, "How important were the Clippers? Clearly not enough."
No,
if I didn't sign with
that's
them."
actually
Yeah.
important. He was because that makes it seem like he wanted to come back and they weren't giving him. But I will
I think
say,
he probably did want to come back.
2 for 19 for 2.
well, he probably,
Jeremy Grant got 60 for 3. Like,
let's talk about.
are
it.
we? And I know
talk
he was
about
the
it.
reign. I know he was a 6 man of the year. And I know that like people were all lauding over like, oh, they brought on the 6 man of the year. John, and you saw from firsthand experience with your team going up against Trez, and we all watched him in the. Trez was mid.
Yeah, and
He
he can't
wasn't
play
good.
defense.
He was-
so
yeah.
he's that.
And like I want to
in
chalk it up.
postseason games where the rotation gets smaller and you gotta all your time on the court needs to be very valuable. Him being undersized and you have to play him at the 5 because he can't really stretch the floor. Like that's not gonna help you against a Jokic.
I mean, I wanted to chalk it up to him just being kind of out of shape and
Yeah,
out of
having
sorts,
so much long off
for
period in the bubble.
Yeah, but like I
He
mean,
didn't
you
look good. He
expected
didn't look good in
you
either
expected
series.
him to pick it up. All right,
at least by the Denver series.
by the Denver series, exactly.
Yeah.
Get one round out of your system.
And at that point, he's overmatched by everyone on Denver. He's not a good matchup for
he
him.
was out here getting bitched by Maxi Klebers.
Yeah, but that's not going to change.
Maxi's nice, dog.
I mean, yeah,
That's
he's
not-
nice,
yeah.
but like,
But
when
him
somebody
being
that's running down the
undersized-
court saying "bitch ass white boy," you wouldn't expect him to be bitched out like that.
Wow, that's tough. But yeah, that's not really gonna
Bitch-ass white
change on the Lakers either. Like he's always gonna be undersized going to get because he's still gonna have to play against Denver. Now he's gonna have to go against the Clippers, which I mean is not like the super biggest team, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's still. Going
Yeah, I
to
don't
have
know
to,
really what the
you
Clippers
know.
have done.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's
Nothing.
They traded Shamet. They let Montrez walk.
So you swapped
And they still have
Shamet
Paul
for
George.
Shamet for Luke
For
Kennard.
Luke Kennard.
Luke
I
Kennard's
thought-
not the defender that Shamet is,
Nah.
but
Nope. That was someone that I saw on the Lakers.
This is a great
list
point.
before.
Actually, I haven't even really thought about this.
Yeah, the Clippers really haven't done much.
Morris for what was it? 46 over 40?
Marcus Morris,
46 over
Serge
4?
Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka was the big move.
Serge Ibaka.
That's a good move, but
And it hurt that we couldn't get him, but it was a long shot for us because of the
I wanted
money.
to get him.
yeah, we only had like 5 mil for the mid-level exception. So it'd been he would have had to take a huge pay cut and
Yeah.
wanted to play with
we
KD.
had 9.
Like,
So it was like,
but
I'm about to say.
hey man, that's a good pickup.
Yeah, no, for them, losing Montrez and getting Serge, somebody that can stretch the floor, somebody that can hit open shots. I think
hey, watch
that-
them be a player for fucking Whiteside at this point.
Personally, though, I will say I don't see it in the Marc Gasol
For the Lakers?
for the just from watching Gasol how he was moving in the playoffs. He's
He's not going
definitely-
to start for them, though.
he's-
They still have
he's-
JaVale
he-
McGee, bro.
But even when he was,
He's
when
going to
he
be
was
very situational.
yeah. Oh, is he? All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
think about it.
All
They
right.
have at that position, like in your front court, you already have Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, and Trez. He's going to be very situational,
No,
and that's
JaVale's
okay.
gone. JaVale went to the Cavaliers.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They traded. It was like a real under the radar.
Okay,
type
so
deal.
he's going to be your backup center. Like I
Dwight
think having
is on
Marc
the
Gasol
Sixers.
as your backup center is okay.
I mean,
It's okay.
Yeah,
He just looked really shaky on the Raptors throughout
As
the
a
playoffs.
starter?
Well, no, because they took him off the starting for a while, and they had Ibaka starting at the 5.
I
and Ibaka was killing.
I think
That's like, yeah.
yeah.
That's why they had to take him out, because
I think it'll be okay, especially considering the people he's playing with.
We'll see.
I hope his health stays up though, because when you get up there in age as a big man,
be
Yeah,
critical.
But
you
hey,
know.
less minutes. You're playing with LeBron James.
it's true.
and AD.
Like
Who
Not
still didn't
expecting,
sign
not
up.
expecting you to do anything
exactly.
offensively.
You're not like basically everything you do if you're Marc Gasol on the court is most likely going to be a plus. You're not going in there, if you score, it's going to be a plus. You're not going in with expectations. Like in my volleyball league, one of the first round picks said this to someone who was like the last round pick of his team. He was like, "Yo, every point you score is just an added bonus for you. We're not expecting you to come in and do much, so there's no pressure on you. Whatever
Have
you do,
zero expectations for
pretty
you.
much, yeah, that's it."
Imagine being a bus. in,
Just
like,
be
a
out here.
recreational volleyball league. Like, yo, you got drafted in the first round. Niggas just like, yo, you really what's it called? What's homie with small hands that used to play on Lakers? Fucking you know what I'm talking about.
Kwame Brown.
You really Kwame Brown to this shit.
He got little feet. He can't run.
No, but
he can't catch.
But yeah, I think that it's all the moves that the Lakers have made has been good. To me, it just shows that the Clippers are just gonna keep falling off and be ass.
I don't think the Clippers will get to the second seed this year.
I don't think they will either.
You know who else got an A+ this offseason?
The Suns.
The Portland Trailblazers.
Rodney Hood.
Re-sign Ronnie Hood.
Robert Covington.
Trade for Rod. That's the biggest one.
Robert Covington, yeah.
And I'm very upset if the Nets go into the next season just with the roster they have now. Let's say no Harden trade, which I never expected in the beginning. Not being able to trade for Rocco is like, yo, why couldn't we do that? Because it didn't take much.
It did.
It
What was it?
didn't.
A first and a second?
First and a second. That's it.
Robert Covington, I think. Well,
That is
we
it.
spoke about it. We spoke about it last week though. Like Robert Covington, like that was like the first like main trade that happened.
That is
which
you.
is good. You get a dude that can play defense and hit open shots.
They got Enes Kanter back,
Solid for the backup role
Yep.
for the Nurkic's.
Nurkic and Zach Collins. They re-signed Melo. Well, they're about to re-sign Melo.
Yeah.
Like they had a really good offseason.
Their front, I mean, their starting five, you could argue, is one of the best in the league. Just off, you have your scoring in Dame. You have your two guard, solid, still a top 5 two guard in the league. You have arguably one of the better 3
CJ's
and D
also.
players.
I'm not gonna say he's a great defender, but he's an underrated defender and has been increasing each year.
He's solid.
yeah,
he's solid.
it's just the two guard
Literally.
position is strong in the league.
Yes.
So
That's why he will be probably never be an all-star.
You got your 3 and D in Rocco,
Yep.
Rodney Hood,
Yep.
and then you got Nurkic. Then off the bench, you have Melo.
I don't know if Rodney
Melo-
Hood's gonna start though.
Well, he might not start. Melo probably still gonna start.
I'm just going off of what they had did the projections on ESPN, so they just had Rodney as the starter.
All right, well, hypothetically, if Melo come off the bench, you got Melo, you got Gary Trent, you got Zach Collins.
Zach Collins was a starter for a lot of the season.
He was a starter for
so
most
that
of the
might
season.
be the
Well,
four
that was
starting.
because of. Wasn't that because Nurkic was still out?
No, they had
no,
Hassan
Zach Collins-
Whiteside starting.
Yeah,
Zach Collins
yeah.
starts at the 4.
Yeah. Zach Collins got hurt at the end of the
Season
playoffs.
again,
Yeah,
yeah.
season, yeah. So that's kind of
So that's why you get Kanter. That's your offensive big there. Hey man, they made a lot of great moves.
There was a lot of.
I
good
see them being a
moves.
4 or 5 this year.
Denver didn't move. I don't think Denver did anything.
Well, that
Not
made
Not
really.
to say like they didn't do anything. Losing
Jeremy
Grant is huge.
Yeah.
We don't know what's happening with Paul Millsap yet. He's still a free agent.
No,
I think. Wait,
He
no,
resigned.
He
Oh,
resigned.
he
Yeah,
did?
he resigned.
Yeah.
1 year, 10.
Okay.
1 year, 10 mil.
I don't think that's the move. Like my dad loves him. I don't think that's
It's
the
a lateral.
move.
It's a lateral move. I
Yeah.
don't think it really makes him better or makes him worse. But yeah,
That's
If
how I
anything,
feel they
they've-
did.
but also I don't think Jeremy Grant is gonna like affect their bench that much. Cause you
I
guys
don't
wait,
know,
no,
man.
nah. But hold on though, because they got a lot of bench depth. They have some of the best bench depth I feel like in the league.
At the forward position?
No, but wasn't he? He
not-
was starting for them, was he not?
Was it? I don't think he was.
Okay. Who
At least
okay.
in the playoffs, he was because what's his face wasn't playing.
So what are you
But Will Barton?
Will Barton,
Actually,
because
yeah.
Barton didn't play a game in the bubble,
He didn't. Nah, he didn't.
and Jeremy was given some really good minutes.
So then, like,
Jeremy had an amazing season last
Nah,
year.
he did. He was putting it work.
We all agreed. We all would have liked
love-
a Jeremy
yeah,
Grant.
love
Definitely
Jeremy
would have.
Grant.
What'd you say? He got 60 mil?
60 mil over 3.
That's not even that bad.
Everybody get 20 mil in the league, son. Shit.
No, but think of it.
Nah,
you saying that?
that's a
Who's-
valid point. I'm trying to
who
think.
in their front
I'm
court
thinking.
at?
I'm thinking.
I don't think wasn't Monte Morris is a free agent, I think, or Torrey Craig. One of
Oh
them.
no, Torrey Craig's gone.
Where is he?
Torrey Craig is gone. Oh, I didn't know that.
No, he just Bucks.
Really?
That's
Bucks.
big.
Wow, they got
Wow.
Torrey Craig. I didn't
That's
know that.
a big move for the
okay,
Bucks.
see, so I didn't
So
know
they
got
might
Torrey
they might be at
Craig.
A plus. They might be at A plus.
Okay, yeah, getting Torrey Craig. Okay, yeah, damn.
Yeah.
And Torrey, apparently Torrey.
Wes Matthews also on the Lakers.
Yep. But I would say apparently Torrey wanted to be back with Denver, and they just wasn't getting.
So
him
their
what they
forward
wanted.
depth is depleted right now.
They got JaMychal Green from the Clippers.
I like JaMychal Green.
Another person that the Clippers lost. God damn, what are the Clippers doing?
Being ass.
Literally.
They're
Going
doing
back to
sorry, I
mediocrity.
I didn't mean to touch your butt, John. That was a little.
You didn't touch my butt, but it's okay.
Your big butt cheeks.
What else?
There was really a lot of shit that
I
fucking
mean,
went down.
you said it earlier.
Clippers
but
about to be a 6 seed, 6-7.
low
They
key.
about to be ass. KCP resigned. We didn't say that. Dragic resigned. Gallo, we talked about him. Oh, Nets resigned Joe Harris.
Expected.
Yeah, they had to give him whatever he wanted.
Beef jerky Joe. People were like, "Oh, overrated." I'm like,
Nah.
I mean, it is what it is. We were gonna give him the most anyway because we have his bird rights. But he was gonna, if it wasn't for the Nets, Joe probably would have still gotten maybe 70 over 4.
Yeah.
Like it would only been a difference of maybe like 2 or 3 mil. And I think we're only giving him 70, technically 72 against the cap, and the other, like I guess 3 mil is all in incentives and bonuses and things like that. But also we got Jeff Green. I like that move for us.
Yes,
Jeff Green was really good for the Rockets last year.
Under the radar kind of joint.
Man, I just wish we got Christian Wood.
Yeah,
Everybody does,
And then
man.
he went to of all places, the Rockets.
Yeah,
The
I-
Rockets.
For
not
not
a
even
lot,
that
bro.
much.
He coulda got-
3 years, 41 mil.
Why the fuck did he wanna go to
combined,
the
you could have
Rockets,
kept
bro?
him and not had Mason
And
Plumlee
that's
and Jahlil Okafor.
That's what I'm saying. And even so, like, I mean,
Who
I
was
don't
the
know.
other one?
I don't think it's enough to make Harden want to stay though. But I mean, it's definitely like
No, they got DeMarcus Cousins now. That's what makes.
Oh
him
yeah,
stay.
DeMarcus Cousins. If you told me 5 years ago that you would get Boogie, Harden, Brody on the same squad, like
Bro,
I'd be like, Chip.
It's funny you say that because yesterday on TV it was the Lynn Sandy game, Knicks Nets.
Yes.
And I was talking. My dad was watching it, and I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, "Yo, if I was to tell you at that night, because we were at that game, if I was to tell you, but Mike D'Antoni and Amari Stoudemire are going to be on the Nets coaching staff in 8 years, would you believe me?"
It's crazy. It's crazy how that fucking works, yo. And then I guess the major
So
ones.
Mike D'Antoni's not a head coach in this league. All we need is Doc Rivers to not be one.
Wait, so talking about max contracts. That would be
Bro, why-
De'Aaron Fox and
Max extension, yes.
Who else? Oh, we talked about Tatum.
Donovan Mitchell got his extension.
Donovan deserved it because
Yep.
he performed in the playoffs. De'Aaron, I don't know about De'Aaron. I don't think that. It's not that I don't think that De'Aaron Fox is good. It's just like
I don't think he should have got a max from
I think-
King.
I don't think he should have gotten it. But
He's
max
just on a
extension,
bad.
though.
He's just in a bad situation.
He's in a bad.
He's
situ-
nice.
He's in
just
a bad situation. And John, you kind of already mentioned it earlier because it's just like you gonna give him that, and then you gonna draft Halliburton like first, like
Like
What
unless
is-
all right, so
what's the
Halliburton's
point?
supposed to be playing the 2 then.
But Halliburton's not like I think De'Aaron's gonna be playing the 2 over him because De'Aaron will go get you a bucket. Halliburton's more of a playmaker.
a traditional.
You know what I will
Yeah.
say though? That's going to be the quickest fast break you ever done see. Halliburton is dummy quick, and we already know how fast Swiper is.
Swiper. Swiper is jokes.
I think
And,
there's a lot of other teams that De'Aaron would have been better off getting a max from.
I'm so happy. And like I feel like I don't speak for every Knicks fan while I say this, but I'm happy that we didn't overpay for Gordon Hayward.
I mean, that was just egregious. Some people.
Michael Jordan is just handing out money.
Some people
Bro, the
said it was.
Hornets-
Some people said it was white privilege, and I'm like, as funny as the joke is, it's not because we see it every single year where somebody gets drastically overpaid. But it's Gordon Hayward, so it makes it even funnier.
It's
Yo,
like
the money they have tied up.
In what world? Sorry, and I didn't mean
No,
to
yeah,
cut you
go
off,
ahead,
but
go
in
ahead.
what world do you see Gordon Hayward play in the past 3 seasons and make you want to be like, you know what? He deserves $30 million a year.
Yo, oh my god, Michael Jordan needs like a president of basketball operations or something. Like not.
Is he running the president? I
don't-
thought he was just the owner.
I thought he was
I
just
thought
on
they.
it.
I thought
He's
they
making
actually-
decisions. He's fucking James Dolan to the shit.
Oh, he is? Oh, God. Second worst owner in the NBA.
Yeah, because they were like, can you imagine being the Hornets and just look at the money tied up between Cody Zeller,
Who's also getting
Nicholas
relatively
Batum,
Which they
overpaid.
just wait. The
And-
irony of that is they had to shed the Batum the last year of the Batum contract to bring in Gordon Hayward.
Yikes.
like it's
They don't learn.
insane.
Like you said, John, teams that just don't learn and self-inflict. The Hornets, notorious for giving out bad contracts, right? You just got rid of the Nick Batum bad contract. A year in which he, I think he only played maybe like 10 games or something like that. He was hurt like all year last year.
that man was Eddie Curry to this shit,
Son,
dog.
Listen, they're
Stealing
A
money.
waste man.
Stealing money.
waste man.
They're like 2005 Knicks esque. Like you know what I'm saying,
Yes.
we're
Yes.
just
Like you
paying,
get a contract. You get a contract.
giving out money to Eddie Curry or the Eddie Curry shit is fucking wild. Fucking Quentin Richardson,
Yeah,
fucking
Q Rich.
like a whole bunch of bad like still
Stuff on
paying
Marbury.
stuff on Marbury, still paying Allen Houston, like a whole bunch of bad
Allen Houston on his
dudes.
Bobby Bonilla shit.
Listen,
Oh man, but no. So I just don't get it because now you also have between Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier, that is $50 million against your cap each year.
that's nasty.
$50 million between those two guys.
I don't even ever remember playing a game in which Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward played on the floor simultaneously.
No, they were on the same.
I know they were on the Celtics
yeah.
together, but I'm saying like I don't even remember.
No, because that was when Gordon got hurt.
during the
Yeah.
regular. Oh my god!
yeah, exactly.
Good lord, yeah,
It's crazy.
And it sucks
Well,
because
for the first 3 quarters of that Cavs game, then
Yeah.
and it sucks because it seemed like the Hornets had a good framework going.
they were turning the
Yeah.
corner,
And Jordan was like, nope.
and he was like, "Republicans need contracts too, I guess."
Wow.
Speaking of which, talk about white in the NBA. Good lord, the Haywards. Oh my gosh, Boz, I don't know if you saw the Instagram post. You know, like all right, when a player leaves. Like normally they'll make an Instagram post or a Twitter thing,
Saying,
and
like,
like
thank you.
Yeah, and like the spouse or the wife might do that too. Gordon Hayward's spouse literally put out an Instagram post message and was like, contrary to what everybody says, we really enjoyed our time in Boston. To the police department that checked in on me every day. Thank you to the people, my friends at whatever the coffee shop she was at. Thank you. You made some of the lonely days great. Looking forward to our time going down to Charlotte. And I'm just thinking like, one, no reference to the fans, no reference to the organization, no reference to the teammates and everything like that, player wives, anything like that, right? And then 4, why were police checking in on you every single day? I don't get this. I don't understand this. Like, I understand, like, players have, like,
I had responses to some of the other stuff, but not that one.
Yeah,
like, you understand, like, all right, like probably
the fans probably they gave her mad shit because Boston fans are terrible and
Boston fans are terrible
yeah,
people,
and
yes.
he got hurt right
Boston
away at the beginning of that
fans.
contract, so they probably gave her mad shit.
yeah, niggas was really out here, like, police department coming to their house every day when Gordon's on the road trip.
My man's Gordon Hayward is stealing money right now. Like literally teething money right now.
The fact is, even if he plays up to his contract in the first year, or even the first 2 years, for a fact that last year of his contract is going to be a poison pill. Just like the last year of Russell Westbrook's contract right now is a poison pill. Russell Westbrook, and same with John Wall. Poison pill. $40 million a year, at least in this case, $30 million for Gordon Hayward.
That ain't it, man. That ain't it.
Dude,
And listen, I'm also happy that Fred VanVleet got paid. Like he got paid 80
and not by the Knicks.
Yes.
I don't know. I think Fred VanVleet in the Garden would have been mad.
But you
fun,
know what?
though.
I look at the contract now and I'm like, he
not a bad-
only got 85
That's what I'm
million.
saying.
Like,
It's not an overpay, which is a great deal
but
for them.
Usually people take a discount when they
stay.
We would have had to pay him 4 years, $100 million. Like that's what I'm saying.
No, because Fred said off rip, he's like, I'm getting paid. Who is paying me? He said it. He put his dick on the table and went, look at my resume. I'm gonna get paid somewhere.
Such a
dog.
great story. By
Y'all
the
could
way.
have gave him like
Yeah,
maybe
man.
$5 million. $5 million more, he probably would have gone.
Like what? 4 years, 90 million.
I would have loved. I would have copped it if VanVleet went to the Knicks. I would have copped the jersey.
I mean, like,
Gotta get the Van Eat
I
across the
think
back,
I would
though.
like
I would've copped the
seeing
jersey.
Fred in the Garden, but I feel like
It's not a move you needed.
I didn't think that he was gonna get paid. Like
I didn't think he
85.
was gonna
I
stay with
thought-
the Raptors.
I didn't think so either. But I mean, that's a great signing for them.
And on top of that, he structured his deal for them so that I think they're open for free agency either next year or in 2 years.
This back heavy.
Or
I
front
think
heavy.
1 year is like I think it's top heavy for this year, weak for next year, and then back heavy.
Let's look at the details of the contract.
But nah, I like players who work. You can tell players have a good relationship with their front office when they're willing to restructure their deals and things like that to get more assets. And I think for the Knicks, it would have been cool seeing VanVleet, but VanVleet is a piece that you have alongside something else.
Yeah,
like
Well,
absolutely.
Obi Toppin might be something else. Hopefully.
But I mean, in terms of
I
like,
know
not
what
having
you're
a
saying. I know
rookie,
what you're
but
saying.
like yeah, like
Also,
that is your 2.
One of the things that I saw was apparently next year's draft they expect to be one of the deepest in like a long time.
That's what
Oh.
they're talking about.
Because is it next year or 2 years that you can do high school?
They think 2 years.
2 years
They think.
that you can come
Yeah.
that you come out of high school again. They're gonna start
Yeah,
doing
they
that.
think they're gonna get rid of it.
Death to the
in the next 2
NCAA.
years. Amen.
Not
We
death
have
too,
we've
but-
spoken about it. Listen, y'all could go find that episode where we spoke about it.
But you
we
know-
spoke about one and done and the issues with that on this
But
podcast
you know,
before.
but you know what, John? I'm telling you though, the toe ring, bro. The shit would be that. All
my
right, what's it
God.
called?
You must be stopped.
Yo, John. Yeah, I know. I must be stopped. But anyways, I do think that what's gonna end up happening is that we're gonna see a lot more better. That probably grammatically is incorrect. Talent coming out of the NCAA. Because it's gonna force a lot of dudes that's like that's not the one and dones, because the one and dones, like those are people already like that's league ready. People that gotta go to the NCAA that actually have time to develop their game and not have to come into the NBA and waste like the first 3 years of their. We've been saying this.
That's exactly what I've been saying it.
Me and John have been saying this shit since like 2015. But yeah.
This is exactly what I've been saying. With that, it'll probably be rough for the first 2 years in the sense that everyone is going to think they can come out of high school.
And that's gonna be the fucking annoying part.
But at the end of the day, when you look at it, outside of the rookies who are supremely talented, most of the people who are NBA ready are people who spent longer in college. And it's a fact. And that's what people now, you're going to be going to play in college, going to get better. You're not going just because you have to spend a year outside of high school. Yeah. And that's what, the talent pool coming into the NBA will be better. And honestly, what you're going to see is a lot of those early picks just going straight into the G League.
We're going to see a lot more people doing the RJ Hampton, LaMelo Ball route, which is good. Go over, if you come out of high school,
play
if
with
you
some
don't think.
grown-ass men.
Yep. Get some money. Maybe get a sponsorship deal, which you can't do in college.
Or you could even do the G League developmental thing, which I feel like is also a great opportunity.
That's why I think teams are going to draft those high school kids and stash them in the G League.
Yeah, it's smart. Listen, baseball's been doing this shit forever. I don't know
who drafted
why.
that kid from Israel again? Was he from Israel?
The dude that learned how to speak English by playing Xbox.
Yeah,
yeah, that was mad funny. Wizards.
Daviji?
Avdija.
Yeah.
Avdija.
Yeah.
Alopecia.
They love their foreign guys over there, man, in Washington. Davis
they signed
Bertans.
Yeah.
4 years, $80 million.
Just to shoot, man.
And then the rumblings.
Yo, listen.
But he's like the
kids,
perfect stretch for them.
Yeah, but he don't play no
if
defense.
y'all listening, work on y'all jump shot. Fuck the layups. Hit the open three.
That's basically what Steph Curry said when he came in the league.
No, he can get to the rack.
Well, I mean, he can get to
but
Steph is probably.
But what do we know Steph for doing?
When he came into the league, though, he spent 8 years getting his ankles ready.
It's so crazy. The game that I once knew versus the game that I know now is like two completely different games, bro.
I was telling my dad this yesterday because we were watching the game. I'm like, yo, why are we at the 4-minute mark in the third quarter and it's only 59 to 62? Yeah. What the hell? We're supposed to be at 95 to 90 right now.
Right.
Going into the fourth.
They don't care if you can take it to the rack no more. The question is, can you shoot? If you shoot, literally, us drafting homie in the first round, it's because he can shoot. Not because he's a good point guard.
Bro, all you got to do...
He's going to play two for you.
Well, he's going to play the two.
Shoot threes and play D. If you can shoot the three and play defense, you
will be...
Robert Covington will always have a job.
Always.
The amount of value for 3 and D, I would say, in the past 8 or 9 years... Because before then, you can get by just being a defender. Just being an athletic defender. Look at Tony Allen.
Bruce Bowen.
Even look at fucking Andre Roberson.
Yep.
Shit like that. You can get by just...
Dabalosha.
Nah, he developed when he
developed the shot later on.
But it's you were able to get by
Sorry.
just being an athletic defender. But now, if you're an athletic defender, you got to be able to stretch the floor.
You need to shoot.
You can't be left alone in the half court.
But you'll always have a job in the NBA if you can shoot and if you can play defense.
If I pass it to you in the corner, you better make that shot.
You have a likelihood of being on many championship teams if you can play defense.
And the thing is, you can't teach athleticism.
You can't.
So it's easier to teach someone to shoot than it is to teach them to play defense. Even though, and we've talked about it before, defense is a lot of effort.
Defense is hard.
You don't need to be the most athletic person to play good defense. It's effort, and that's why I think. And that's why I think Seth Curry's value as a defender increased in the past couple of years. Not because he's a great defender, but he busts his ass at that end of the court and is a pest. Same thing where I'm saying CJ McCollum isn't a great defender, but he's shown that he's putting the effort on defense. And it's shown that he's doing it when it matters, like in the playoffs.
Yep. I'm about to say, PJ Tucker's not the most athletic dude out there, but he's a really, really good defender when you're not putting up against 7-foot centers.
And no one talked about him until he got his jump shot up.
Nope.
Yeah, he's chunky.
He is.
He a little chunky.
Yeah, he is. But hey, stand in the corner, make that
He's
three.
still on the Rockets right now,
He is.
right?
He is, yeah.
There's rumblings he's kind of upset because he feels like he's underpaid.
Yeah.
But
He's probably going to be packaged in a 3-team trade wherever Westbrook goes. So
I'm confused as to what they're actually doing. Are they trying to keep them there, or are they trying to jump ship?
what they're trying to do is set up Steven Silas for failure.
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to do.
Bro,
Because
it's
he like what is Steven Silas about to do going into training camp next week? Is Harden or Westbrook even about to pull up?
The fact that they said, "Yeah, we're willing to go into training camp
With both of them?
we're okay with being uncomfortable." Steven Silas, huh? Wait,
Like,
what?
fuck me, right?
My first training camp was going
Fizdale to
uncomfortable.
the shit right now.
Yo, this is bullshit.
Yeah, nah, definitely Fizdale to the shit.
But-
Fizdale got a job.
Not after the Knicks.
Well, not after the Knicks, but I'm saying he got a job fucking with ESPN.
All right. What do you guys think of
With his
the
fucking bum ass afro. Go ahead.
if the swap of Westbrook and Wall? Would it actually do anything? or
No.
It's literally
Lateral
it's
shit.
like
Lateral, right?
it's like this lateral. like
The only
I'm
thing
saying,
is, I
it's-
imagine John Wall's going to come back a better shooter.
Yeah,
That's about it.
That's definitely because fucking Achilles. You have to improve on that.
Like-
but I see it as Westbrook, John Wall, swap them, and it's like right there.
Like
literally.
Westbrook going to the Wizards doesn't put him in the top 6. They wouldn't be better than the Nets, Bucks, Celtics, Heat, Sixers. Like where are they at?
Hawks.
Like all
this
right,
point-
you could say they could contend with the Hawks. Pacers are still technically there.
Brandon Ingram got a max contract, 5 years, 158.
Was waiting on
mil extension.
What's weird is that it was quiet on their front the entire time.
The Pelicans made solid moves. I mean, David Griffin, man.
Steven Adams. That's good. People keep saying and
I've
they're like, oh, he
been
doesn't
wanting
shoot.
Steven Adams on the Mavs for like the past 5 years, dog.
Yeah, that front line, can you imagine having to run through a Steven Adams screen, then a Zion Williams screen?
My thing is, I still think
I'd be tight.
you got to play Zion at the 5. I still think you got to play Zion at the 5.
In spurts.
Yeah.
In spurts. I think you start Adams
Listen,
at the 5.
when Steven Adams' 2-year extension is up, Zion will be starting at the 5.
My son Zion hit the jump.
How tall is Zion?
6'8".
It doesn't matter. He's too big.
He's 6'8". This is too
Chuck Hayes was playing center at 6'6" in a center-dominated league at the time.
Hey man. Do it.
Zion has the athletic ability, and he's the biggest person on the court.
What do they call it? Positionless basketball.
That's what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying. And when Steven Adams' contract is done, Zion will be starting at the 5.
him waddling up the court.
Who's the Pelicans head coach? Did they find a head coach yet?
I can't think of it. It's a new head coach because they got rid of Gentry. But I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I'll find it.
But yeah, man, they still got. I think they no. I don't know if they're going to re-sign Redick or not.
Yeah, he's a free agent right now. You guys should do that.
We already
No,
got
you
Shannon.
have shooters.
Yeah, I would have wanted. I would have wanted him if we didn't already get Shannon.
See, if the Knicks was smart, which they're not, I feel like a good move. Redick is a free agent, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't want to play for a contender.
he
To
wants to win a championship.
Of course he does. This is all these guys want to just win.
the Bucks have
championships.
space?
Why would you need it if you have Korver already?
Oh, he's still under contract? No, I think Corver's a free agent right now.
Oh fuck!
They'll bring him
I
back.
bugged Van Gundy.
The goat.
yes.
The
Yeah.
goat. Yes.
Stan though, not Jeff.
Yes. The goat. Yes.
Stan's valid. Stan's a valid coach.
Stan's
not a bad. I mean, he
took the Magic to the finals.
Yeah, I still Jeff's still my guy though.
He has an
I don't
over
know.
500 record
I don't
for
know.
his coaching
I
career.
don't know how you take that fucking Magic team to the finals, bro.
Hey, come on,
Dwight
man.
Howard.
Dwight, and that
Bro.
was that was
Rafer
peak,
Alston.
peak Dwight.
Yeah.
You take a team like that to the finals.
That was supposed to be the LeBron Kobe finals.
Yeah, but
Niggas always want to ruin shit.
yeah, Bron, step your game up.
Rafer Alston.
Right, bro. Hito Turkoglu,
Skip to Malou. Y'all said homie from France.
Rashard Lewis,
No,
Michael
Michael Petrus.
Petras too. No, I know Rashard's not from France,
Yeah,
but
oh,
he
yeah.
was on that team too.
Yeah.
Who was the point guard? Jameer Nelson.
Jameer Nelson and then Rafer Alston.
pride
No,
of
you gotta
St.
think
Joe's.
though, because Jameer Nelson was hurt a good amount of like that player.
Rafer Alston was cooking
he
that
was,
playoffs.
He was frying. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
I was like,
They
wait,
were
this
like,
the
yo,
and one nigga,
exactly.
bro.
They were like, yo, skip to my Lou. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
I was like, yo, he made it elite good shit. Then he went to the Heat and then he fell off the face of the earth. Yep.
Oh man, but yeah, Stan will do good. He'll do good things.
We stand.
Literally, and I think. All right, wrap it up. Suns. I know there was some mixed feelings.
But no,
mixed feelings.
we spoke about it.
Well, they made some more moves since
Yeah.
since last week.
Okay, tell me who's on the Suns.
I got you right now.
Aside from the CP3s,
aside from
they
CP3,
they re-signed Saric, which
Jay
is good.
Crowder. That was the main one.
That was a
Jay
good pick.
Jay
I was
Crowder,
surprised he left Miami.
Jay Crowder, Dario Saric, and
Well, they signed Avery Bradley, so
Avery Bradley and Langston
Yeah,
Galloway.
but Avery's a guard. Crowder's his forward.
Javon Carter. What? Oh,
That'd be
they resigned
That'd
him.
be a great. Can you imagine that defensive line? A lineup with Avery Bradley, Jimmy Butler, Bam, Crowder, and then whoever you want to put out
Don't
out
even
there as
matter.
the fifth guy.
Each one more too, but yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I
Okay.
still don't think the Suns are going to be higher than a 6 seed.
Hey man, listen, they might be higher than the Clippers.
They might.
who winning more games, John? The Suns or the Clippers this year?
That's a good question.
Hey man, listen. We'll
Question: do the Clippers keep Paul George the entire season?
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, you got to get a lot back for Paul George. Like you have to get like a star back
No,
too, because they're trying to win.
They're in it for
I
the,
don't
they're in
know.
it. They're in that for the long haul. They have to be. You
They're
can't
gonna-
give up a king's ransom of picks and just.
Do you know what's going to happen
Dump
now?
'em.
Like when you talk about them being bad, because their bench is now super depleted, they can't even rest them as much as they want to.
What's on
And
that?
you know that motherfuckers be getting hurt.
Bro, it's a dub for the lower management shit. We saw how it failed, and Tyronn. I doubt Tyronn Lue's having it. He's gonna be a nigga like I'm a championship head coach. I know what it takes
He
to
did
win.
load management
No, I'm saying
on the
but-
Cavs.
Bro, what? I'm trying to think. Not really. Like what? That 1 year where LeBron played. Basically, he should have been MVP that year. I think that was
Yeah,
the
the
harder
first year
one.
they lost.
The first year that they lost to the Warriors. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
He should have been MVP
played,
that year.
He played 82 games. I feel
Wait,
like.
but I thought no. Blatt was the coach for the first year that they lost.
No, this is
he got fired.
Black got fired. Then Tyronn Lue got hired, and then
Yeah,
they
Ty
won.
Lue got hired the year that they won the chip.
Yes.
Blatt
And then-
lost the
2000
year before.
You're right.
2016. I'm talking about after the.
But then
fact.
after he had to do
after
load
the finals.
management.
Okay.
No, I'm the year. Okay. I'm saying not that year or the year they won the finals. The year after 2017,
So his
where
last-
where they almost got swept in the first round.
So his last year with the Cavs, then.
I guess, yeah. That was a almost MVP season for LeBron. He should have won MVP once again. But yeah, he played 82 games.
Listen, I just know that
Wow.
it's gonna be clipped. Like no pun intended for the Clippers. Like it's gonna be
Oh,
bad.
wow. That's a bar.
Because they're really them motherfuckers be getting hurt and they gonna have to play and then they gonna get hurt again. And they got no depth to carry them. So yeah. You asking who's gonna win more games? It really might be the Suns. But what do you guys think the Western Conference order? I still see the Lakers at 1.
The order, I think
see
it's
the-
going to be
okay.
Lakers at 1. I think the Blazers get 2. Denver gets 3. Clippers get 4.
Clippers getting 4. The Mavs are gonna have a better record than the Clippers this year.
Hey man, look, swap the 4 or 5. Hey, I'm not betting on that. It's literally like that'd be like a spread of 0.0. Like
The Clippers are not gonna be a top 5.
you could. All right, I'll swap Clippers and Mavs. So Mavs will get 4. Clippers will get 5. Suns at 6. Damn, but there's so many other good teams that won't make. There's gonna be at least 2 good teams that don't make the
I
playoffs.
feel like this shit is impossible to really like guess because and we didn't even mention.
I think
we didn't even-
I think the Pelicans make it this year. If Zion plays all season,
I think Steph wills them. I think Steph wills the Warriors to a playoff spot.
I think this is the season that I expected Steph to have last season. Remember, I was talking about I think Steph would have an MVP caliber season because he had to play without Clay and was going to do everything in his power. They were going to be a low seed. I think I had the Warriors at the 8th seed at the start of last season until Steph got hurt. Yeah. He was going to ball out and bring them to the playoffs, but they weren't going to do anything in the playoffs
see the one-
because he would have been dead at that point.
There was this one writer on Twitter that said like, "All right, this is gonna be." It was like right after the Clay, like they announced that he was gonna.
Oh,
be
man,
done.
praise for Clay.
Big prayers up, bro. I fucking hate injuries, dog.
He was like, "Yeah, this is finally. We might finally see like the Steph that we've the Steph season we've wanted or needed to see from him." I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, he doesn't have any. Like, Steph doesn't have to prove anything anymore. Like,
No, he doesn't, but he's going to average like 30 plus.
like you want like a LeBron type. Like he just wills this roster to the playoffs. Like, what would that prove?
I feel like
That's what's going to happen.
but I don't feel like you could say that he don't have anything to prove. But athletes always got something to prove, especially like high level caliber. Like you could argue that Steph is probably one or two of his position all time.
I mean,
And
for himself, he probably, but
Yeah.
in terms of his overall legacy,
in terms of his overall
no,
legacy,
he has nothing else to prove anymore.
I mean, I don't think he has anything else to prove. I feel like if he retires tomorrow, he's a Hall of Famer. But I think for himself, he definitely
for
got
himself. Yeah,
When you have
personally.
that like level of dominance for so long, and then it's like, oh, y'all forgot who I was.
Yep.
Because I've been hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think he definitely is gonna go out there and beat Steph Curry. I don't think we're gonna see unanimous MVP Steph
I just
Curry,
don't think his
but
body's gonna be able to handle it. The
it's
whole
gonna
season.
be a lot, bro. There's only reason. There's
It's a good thing it's a
reasons
short
why.
year.
There's reasons why there's niggas like LeBron, there's niggas like Jordan, like those types of niggas. Like I can even put Jimmy Butler in that conversation now. But you know what I'm saying? Like Steph Curry, like him doing it by himself that's gonna be a lot, bro.
I literally think he's gonna have an amazing regular season, but by the time they reach the playoffs, he's gonna be cooked.
You know who I could see having a really big breakout? The Kelly Oubre's.
Nah,
Watch out. Hey, he might just get, you know.
I mean, listen.
I think he's a good role player.
I'm not saying he's going to break up to a star, but I mean, I think he's going to thrive playing next to Steph and with Draymond there as a facilitator.
It's gonna be a great like team basketball situation, but we're gonna really see what Steve Curry's made of. I think like John always mentions it.
Ow.
You know what I'm saying? Oh. Shit.
I just remembered who the last guard was. Fucking Ricky Rubio. And then didn't they move him again?
They moved him back to the Minnesota
That's what I'm saying.
Timberwolves.
Oh yeah.
So they have they're like front court. I mean, their backcourt is like the amount of people they have there right now.
Although I was thinking about it, it kind of you can play Rubio and D'Lo at the court at the same time.
D'Lo is gonna play the two.
D'Lo's better off ball.
True.
That's what I'm saying. I literally think you're either gonna have to play Edwards at like the 3.
All right, well, good luck to them. But yeah,
It sounds like a hassle.
but
Yeah.
yeah. Also, I mean, they're
As you're
Warriors.
saying about the Warriors.
Warriors are now officially team light skin, and you have Steph, you have the beauty that is Kelly Oubre, and I think we can all admit that's a handsome man.
And then pretty boy. And then they still have Clay.
You like handsome men, Justin?
I mean, I don't like ugly men,
God don't like ugly.
so I mean, ironic because that means I wouldn't like myself. But
Wow.
yeah. But I think that's it for basketball, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that
excited.
was-
I'm
that was
excited.
That was intense, but yeah, there's so much shit that's gonna happen. We're gonna see what happens next month, man.
All right, so much stuff to happen. We only less than 4 weeks.
2.5 weeks away.
Yep.
2.5 weeks away. You mean like
Well, I was saying from the start of like we're like what 4 weeks from the start of the season.
Basically 4 weeks. Yeah. So
Training camp soon.
training camp soon. I can't wait till like shit like gets back.
I just can't wait to see KD.
It's crazy.
That's
that,
jersey for the first time.
Yeah, whatever. Shut up, man. I ain't gonna see that shit.
Hey man, I'm excited to
Bitter
see.
Knicks fan.
I'm excited to see Obi Toppin in a Knicks jersey too.
I
man.
really want him to win Rookie of the Year.
I can't wait to hear what Walt has to say whenever he describes Toppin in the game.
Don't let the Knicks be 6-4 in our first 10 games. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get the
We gotta
the
have
New
Keith back
York
on.
Knicks.
Play the damn music.
Say go New York, go
That'll
New
be a
York,
button.
go. We might have to add that shit every time the Knicks win.
Nah, when Wob be tweeting that shit out, the Knicks be doing some shit. Like
Yo,
play the music.
Nah, that's a fact. Knicks go 6-4 in a 10-game stretch. Oh yeah, it's going crazy.
Oh,
nah, man, can't
We're
wait.
gonna have to have Keys back on.
Yeah, no, we definitely.
Yeah.
We definitely gonna have Keys back on. After we gonna get him on after Frank gets traded. He gonna be like, he was a fucking bum anyway. Tingus pingus. What are you kidding me?
Oh boy, let's just hope the Knicks don't run out Toppin like they did the last few draft picks. All right,
I mean, that's pretty much it for us this week. Definitely had a lot to talk about with free agency and all that. Yeah. But hey man, get ready. Next week's gonna be big. We're gonna have should we talk about it? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we
Next
should talk.
week.
I think we definitely should talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are very good close friend of mine, friend of the pod. We're gonna have artist Blackway on the show. And you know, he's gonna come talk. We're gonna hang out, you know, laugh a little, cry a little, do the damn thing, and yeah. I'm excited. Y'all should be excited too. And it's gonna be it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, next week's gonna be a big week. So get ready for that. And yeah, I mean that's about it. Follow us at Saratobi Sports on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok now. I'm gonna be posting some clips and stuff from the editing process on TikTok.
Oh, hey,
Yeah. So check that out. Follow me at Offender Normal on Twitter. Yeah, and just get ready for everything else we got coming. And happy Thanksgiving, guys. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Big facts.
Don't travel. Be safe. Eat a lot. And hey, enjoy the food. Guys.
Yeah, man. Just make sure y'all staying safe out here. I haven't really been speaking about it much, but just make sure, you know, social distancing, this COVID shit is real. Cases is rising. You know, wear a fucking mask. You know, if you go away, quarantine for as long as you can. You know what I'm saying? don't lose your taste, bro. Don't lose your smell. You don't want to do that shit, bro.
Think about how many good things there are to eat.
Yes, literally. Just be responsible. Don't go to Atlanta or Houston or even Florida. So, with that said, Black Lives Matter.
Yep. Basically, don't let all the food distract you from the fact that Native Americans were slaughtered for Thanksgiving. So, yeah. Always keep that in mind.
The second pandemic Thanksgiving.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And tip your waitresses and your bartenders. Apparently, tip your baristas so you don't have to deal with coffee trouble. And that's about it. Let's go Nets.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion.